welcome to CNC CBCP News Conversations. So this is an episode where we will be talking about Emmanuel School of Mission. And I want to tell you more about CNC because this is just beginning and we are looking forward to being with you for a long time. So CNC is a show to cater different people and guests who will be talking about interesting discoveries, testimonies, and conversations about things that matter. So we will focus on essential topics, and we hope that you will join us for a few minutes and leave your comments if you're interested, your questions, your suggestions, and feel free to share your insights with us. So let's start. Let's get this ball rolling. For this day, we have here Sir Benoit. He's from France, so bear with my English, sir. He's from France, and he has been staying in the Philippines for 4 years now. That's because he is the director of Emmanuel School of Mission in Manila. He is also a committed member of the Emmanuel community. He will be talking about that later on. We also have Sir Jeffrey. Hi, Kuya Jeff.
Hello.
Sir Jeffrey Panguito. He is currently working at Christian Life Community of the Philippines as marketing and sales. So that's the lay partner of Jesuits. So he'll talk about that later on. He is also a youth minister from the Diocese of Antipolo. He is a committed member of the Emmanuel community, and he was a former team member and also a student of the Emmanuel School of Mission. So say hello to our audience right now. Go ahead, Kuya Jeff.
Hello, good day. It's great to have us here.
So do you want to greet anyone special? Good, it's free.
Hello to the members of the Emmanuel community in the Philippines and in around the world, and also the former students of ESM Manila and other schools around the world. And hello to my family and to my special someone.
Yes naman, Kuya. So if you want to ask him questions about his love life, you're free to contact him in his Facebook. Sir Banoa, go on and...
Hello everyone, so I'm really happy to meet you. So you see me, I cannot see you, but I can imagine that you are there, all of you. And I'm really glad to be with this at the start of this new series of
We're very happy to have you.
emission. Yeah.
So how is your stay in the Philippines?
So my stay in the Philippines, well, it's fun every day. Yeah.
Yes, you're getting used
and
to the...
it's really a great time for me, a great experience. I would never have thought that I would live in the Philippines for 4 years and participate to the mission in the church in Asia. So it's really something that I would never have thought possible, but then it is here.
We're really happy that you gave time for this, guys. So you've talked about the mission. So let's go back to the focus of this conversation this day. Can you tell us about the Emmanuel School of Mission? What is your role in it, and what is your favorite thing about Emmanuel School of Mission? So what do you do?
So, and maybe I can just say where I come from.
Yeah, go
so
ahead.
Yeah. So I am French. I come from a city called Lyon in France. It's the second city. And when I was 35 years old, I encountered through some friends who invited me. I came and encountered this Emmanuel community.
Okay.
So I was 35.
35
and between 17 and 35, I can say that I was quite far away from the Lord and my when I was 35,
type of living,
happened,
yes.
yeah. And so the Emmanuel community it's a community that gathers all states of life. So in the Philippines, you have some communities like this, where you find priests, lay people, who can be couples, families, single, young people, older people. So it's really
so basically it's open to all.
Open to all, and the idea is to grow in holiness, to journey together, and not to stay a Christian alone, because you know that a Christian alone is a dead Christian.
Yes.
And so this community, which is started, it's a charismatic community, and it started in the years 70s, at a time where the Holy Spirit blew very, very strongly on the earth after the Vatican II Council.
Yes.
and it was the time of renewal, and the Holy Spirit was very active, and there were many in the Philippines too, many new communities
Yes.
that arose to really because the Lord wants to take care of his sheep.
So
And this is
did
the
it
way.
started in France, the
So
Emmanuel
it started in
community?
France,
Okay.
1972,
Okay.
and then it
It slowly
spread.
growed.
It's grow in all over the world.
So yes,
And,
it's a worldwide community right
so it's
now.
a worldwide community, and the charism of this community, that is the things that are this community is called in the church.
It's the main focus.
Yeah, the main focus, the charism are adoration.
Adoration.
So we really encounter Jesus in adoration. This is something that is at the center of our life. Evangelization
Evangelization.
and compassion, and the three really are linked, because you spend time with Jesus in adoration, and then it's open, it pierces your heart, and then
Yes.
you become aware of the people who don't know Jesus,
Yes.
and then
It's going to be an
you have
automatic reaction to share.
and then you
the
want to share, and that's
fulfillness.
evangelization.
Yes.
So that's the
the
Emmanuel
community,
community
yes.
that I met when I was 35 years old. So you see,
So you fell in
there
love
is
with
hope
that
for
kind of
everyone,
community. Yes.
even the older ones. So
It's
that's a
never
good
too
news
late.
for the parents when you see your children and they are still far away, and or
Don't
for
lose
yourself.
hope.
Yeah. And this community, Emmanuel community, has several apostolates, and one of the apostolates of the Emmanuel community is to form the youth
To mold them.
to evangelization.
Yes.
And so it started, and this is through the Emmanuel School of Mission.
Okay.
So I didn't say, but everybody knows that Emmanuel, it means God with us. And so this is a community. The members are, but it's for everyone, but
Yes.
really called to bring Jesus where they are. So Emmanuel community has opened 7
Emmanuel
formation
schools.
centers for young adults, and they are called Emmanuel Schools of Mission. So school, in fact, you have to understand it as a formation.
Okay.
And maybe we can talk later and explain what is Emmanuel School of Mission.
Yes.
But this is the Emmanuel community,
And then
and then
it's apostolate.
apostolate
is
is
the
the
Emmanuel
formation
School
of
of
young
Mission.
adults for mission.
Okay, so now that we've cleared that up,
It's clear, huh? Now it's
yes,
clear.
We
Yeah.
hope that it's clear. If you have more questions, you can always comment or contact us. Now that we've mentioned the Emmanuel School of Mission, I'm curious, Kuya Jeff. I've been told that you stayed for 4 years in the Emmanuel School of Mission as a team member. So you started as a student first, and then you fell in love with its mission, and then dedicated your life for more than the year that you were just a student. Why did you stay? What were your experiences? Or let's begin with why did you join?
Okay, so I did ESM Manila. So in Manila, because as Benoit said, there's 7. There's one in US, one in Paray-la-Monial, the first one in France. We have one in Rome. We have one in Germany.
New York?
US, New York. We have Africa and Brazil, and the 7th one in Asia is Manila, and I did Manila. That was nearly a decade ago, 9 years to be exact.
How time flies so fast.
And so why did I join? That time I received a call. I was at my work actually, and my phone rang, and this friend, he's Freddy, also former youth minister in the Diocese of Antipolo. That's why we know each other. He phoned me and telling me, Jeff, maybe you may be interested to see. We are starting a mission school here in Manila.
So it's just beginning in the Philippines when they contacted you.
Yes.
Okay.
And then um, at that time, it's also a time where even I'm in the professional life already, working, I have this question in me, Lord, I felt empty. I felt I'm lacking of something. Uh, and then I think this call was providential. And so out of curiosity, I went to the invitation. So I was invited, I came. I had praise with them, I had mass, and then simple lunch. And then we had a talk, which eventually turned to be my interview, my initial interview.
Surprise.
And
Surprise
then,
interview.
And then with that, after that, they allow me to have time to discern if I would like to
Really
undergo
willing, yes,
the formation. So to make the long story short, I had some time to discern, and eventually, it's not so easy. It's
Yes,
not
of
so easy
course.
decision because I have to leave my family for
Yes.
9 months because it's a stay-in program. I have to leave work. I have to cut my work because I have to stay in the school and really dedicate myself.
Your whole self.
Yes,
Yes.
for the program. So, yeah. But then every time, in spite of the difficulty, it's not so easy. I'm at peace.
You knew you had the right answer.
Yes. So, and then I also talk to people who know better or who can
You asked for
help me,
direction.
exactly,
Yes,
who
yes.
can help me see the right direction. And so it's all positive. And so it may not be so difficult. It may not be common for a young professional like me to stop everything and then join this
Dedicate your
mission.
9 months.
For 9 months, mission school for 9 months. So, but then I'm at peace, so I joined. And yeah, it
Why
was.
did you stay? You had 9 months to be a student, and you had 3 additional years as a team member. So what made you stay?
So like how I knew this school, I was invited. It's the same thing. The community always invites. Benoit was invited. I was also invited. We saw your gifts during the year. And also, one of the team member, Filipino, was leaving that time because she got married.
Okay.
So she has a new.
There was an opening.
Yes, there was
your name.
exactly. And so I was invited if I want to work for the school. So I asked them, I need time to discern because afterwards I need to go back to the professional life, and my profession is marketing. And the work is more of administrative plus promotions thing. And then eventually, after some time, I said, okay, I can dedicate myself for the mission to work with the team.
Okay, so Bano, as director of this Emmanuel School of Mission, Kuya Jeff has given us a picture of how the community works, what happens in it, what the sacrifices we needed to make, and of course the fruits of those sacrifices. As the director of the Emmanuel School of Mission, holding many young people, molding them, what are your objectives? How do you lead them? How do you direct them to the goals of the Emmanuel community?
So the objectives is to participate as an instrument of the Lord work, to participate to the growth of some young adults.
Yes, of course.
So to participate in their growth in their faith, so that they can encounter personally Jesus.
God's love, yes.
So that's, and for this, maybe it's easier because we live in a house where we have adoration every day, where we have the Eucharist every day, where we have everyday time to praise, to worship the Lord. So it's a little bit easier, but really to grow to encounter Jesus. And to encounter Jesus, it can be through this, but it can be also, and it is, we are encountering through our brothers and sisters.
Yes, through other people. Yes.
Through other people. So the people we are living with, and ESM Manila, this formation, there are every year between 12 and 20 youth coming from different countries,
yes.
from Asia, but also from America
Okay.
or from Europe. And when you live together for 9 months, this community life, little by little, it shapes you. It's not always
Yes.
easy, but then through your brother and your sister, you also every time you encounter Jesus,
Yes.
because Jesus is in each one of us.
So,
So that's one
Um,
thing.
other than being with the community, and it's always a really nice feeling to be with people who help you grow in the faith, and it actually helps you mold to become a Jesus in the community, to become Jesus in this world. So, other than being in that community, do you have activities to reach out to other people, or what specific programs do you have while this Emmanuel School of Mission students stay for 9 months?
Yes. So it's formation.
Oh,
So
it's
formation.
formation.
So it means that during those 9 months, you have teachings
Okay.
on the magisterium, on the teaching of the church.
So it's lecture
So
types.
there are time in the class, in the
Okay.
classroom, with some very good teachers from the Philippines, but also teachers that come from far away, that will come for 1 week or for
Okay.
2 weeks, stay in at ESM and give their
Insights
teaching.
there, yes.
So that's one part, because okay, when you are in the street or in somewhere and someone asks you something about your faith,
Faith.
about the church, there is a little you need
Yes,
to form
yes,
yourself.
yes.
And the church, each Catholic is really called all during his life to form and to grow.
Get to know more.
Yeah, so
about
there is this
Jesus
part,
and faith.
which is, if we can say, there is one pillar,
Yes.
which is formation.
Formation.
And another pillar is is compassion and mission. So
Compassion.
concretely, that is to that every week the youth go and serve in the Philippines, in Manila, and you know that in Manila you
There are
you
so
can
many-
choose to
yes.
close your eyes, or you just open your eyes, and everywhere you have
You see
people.
needy. Yes.
So every week we go when it's on the Wednesday afternoon, and some will go and serve with the missionaries of charity
Okay.
in Tayuman. Others go and serve in an orphanage, cribs in Marikina.
The cribs.
The cribs,
Babies
with
there,
the babies. Some will go in Tondo,
Okay.
and they serve with an NGO that takes care of the women. So this is really to meet Jesus through the poor. But the poor, they are the poor, materially poor, but they are also the people that we. It can be me, the poor
yes.
also, and
Poor in
so
spirit.
this is very very concrete.
Yes.
And maybe you can ask, maybe
Jeff about the
Jeff can
specifics, yes.
say how it changes you, this
These kinds of
part of ESM
So those are the two pillars, and you have others.
mission
Okay.
also.
good mission. So
But concrete, maybe you can give a concrete.
being the one who experiences it
Yeah, because I
firsthand,
cannot,
Yes.
huh?
Being a student of the ESM and going through that formation and going through encountering the people as in face to face, how did it change you? How did it form you as a Catholic, as a Christian?
It's actually ESM is a holistic formation. So as Benoit already mentioned, it has formation. So we have teachers. Teachers could be priests or
Okay.
bishops, even bishops.
Lay people, do you
Lay
have-
people,
yes.
yes, also. Professors from universities also. So formation. So I learned more deeply about the faith, which we have catechism in the schools, but here in ESM, it was really kind of giving us introduction about the faith, also about ecumenism and interreligious dialogue. So it's not just about the Catholic faith, but also
Understanding others.
yeah,
yes.
other religions. Yes. And the root of the faith, and
Okay.
really being rooted. So that's formation, and then the mission. We have parish missions. We went to our first parish mission during my batch. We went to Bataan in Dinalupihan, and we went to a tribe there.
Indigenous people?
Indigenous,
Oh,
yes,
okay.
and
You encountered them.
we encountered them. There was a church already, a Protestant church
Okay.
there. So they started something on that indigenous
Community, yeah.
community. And it's good that with the parish, we were able to evangelize them and really talk about the Catholic faith. Yes. So we have parish missions, we have street evangelization. So we go to the street, we have groups who sing, for example, and groups who will
Dance?
who could
Can
be
be.
dance.
You-
It could,
who
we
knows,
also
yes.
did some flash mobs.
Okay.
And those who stops to see, there are some groups who will meet them by twos and ask and talk about the faith, or ask,
Okay.
do you have prayer intentions? They could write it, or at that moment we can pray for that intention. And sometimes we are the ones being evangelized during the street
It's
evangelization.
a two-way. It's always a two-way
Yes,
encounter
we also
with
knock on the
Jesus.
door, on the doors of the houses, doing house to house, and I'm amazed how
How they
the
accept you?
yeah, the people accepted us, even they are of different religions, and we pray together to the Lord. So, and that's mission. We have also the spiritual life. So every day there is mass, adoration, praise.
How beautiful a life with daily masses.
Yeah, in
You're always
ESM.
recharged.
Yeah, and then so that's spiritual life. We have also retreats from time to time, and also the community life. So we live together, you know.
For 9 months, hindi
for
mo
9
nagsawa
months.
sa mukha ng isa't isa.
For the first 3 months, it's okay.
Beautiful.
We're beautiful.
Everything is
Everything is
nice.
beautiful.
Handsome people.
Yeah.
After the
Fourth
month,
month, fifth month, it's kind of you get to know more each other.
yes.
But also you were able to appreciate the differences of one another, and that's I think one of the thing that I really received during the grace that I received, the having the
understand.
differences we have, but we are united together. It's
Unity in diversity.
exactly.
Yes.
So the unity in diversity, and it's concretely I experienced it concretely in ESM, you know. Yeah, and
So we see how in love you were with the community, with the mission, with the experiences in the encounter with Jesus. Now, can I ask Benoit, what are the concrete effects, or what has been the positive or prominent effects of your efforts? You've been other than of course forming the students and the reaching out to other people. What can you say would be the most important positive change that you brought?
I think there are several fruits, and it's nice because the Lord, you know, during this mission for me 4 years, He gives me a great joy,
Yes.
and to see some fruits. Sometimes you don't see the fruits of the mission, you
don't see
participate,
the first-
but okay, I'm glad. So the many fruits.
Okay.
One is the way evangelization of the people all the people who participate to the ESM, and that makes, and I would say the teachers who come, the Filipinos teachers who come, and they are touched. They are touched, and it's for them it's really a big stroke of hope to see youth from all over Asia, all over the world, living together, and to see them, when I remember when shared, wow, the way they adore. I look at them, and for me, Benoit, you don't know how important for me this is, for me, how an encouragement it is. So, and the teachers are touched by those youth who say, okay, I leave my girlfriend, I leave my family.
Yes.
I leave my job. I stop my job. I have a good job. But I want to form myself, and I come to ESM. They are touched by this, and these are signs. You know, we talk a lot of we hear about martyrs, but this is a little sign of hope for the church. So there is this. There is, of course, the joy of the mission. When we prepare a mission in a parish mission, that is for 2 months or for 3 months, we will work with the PPC in a parish, and together with some parishioners, okay, Jesus comes in your parish for 1 week. Where would he go? To whom would he reach out? So we prepare this. And then with the parishioners, with the youth of the parish, the different ministries, after that, we go outside to sometimes the church, our parish, it becomes a little club. We are our ministries, we have our service, we have our, we go to Mass, but this is our club. And here the parish mission, it's how to invite others, to reach out to others so that they can join and experience the joy. And so the fruits, when we go together in a parish and we prepare this, is the fruit is to see that after we're gone, the parish will start having mercy evenings, or they will maybe invite new parishioners. They will start a formation for this. They will continue to invite. During a parish mission, sometimes some parishioners invite their neighbors for an evening, and there are testimonies there. So this is one of the fruits. And
you
another
build
fruit.
Communities on the places that you go to. You build communities on the places that you go to. Or you just enrich them.
We accompany a parish to build this, to be more burning. And it's by the end of the day, it's not the ESM Manila and the youth, but it's really the parish. So this is the fruit. And for the students, it's some of the participants come from China. Some come from Vietnam, countries where it's very difficult to preach openly.
Yes.
So being in the Philippines, seeing how lively, alive is the church, for them it's also very comforting. And then another fruit, it's to see the youth grow.
Yes,
because this is a year where you discover your talents.
Exactly.
It's not only a year where you become more knowledgeable about the church, but it's also a year where you grow in all of your beings.
Aspects, your lifestyle.
Yeah, so you learn how to lead a project. You learn how to speak, to be really at ease in public. And sometimes we know some Filipinos, they are a bit shy.
Yes.
Sometimes it's not easy to. But how can you
share
if you're not comfortable with speaking to other people? So this is one fruit. Another fruit is to be at ease with every kind of people.
Yes.
People from that you are familiar, but also people maybe who are. That you see are so high,
yes.
or people that are or poor people that you don't know how to reach out to them. So it's a year where you learn how to encounter people, and all these are really foundations for your life. And maybe after, what will happen after this formation? What happens is that, okay, maybe you will be looking for a job. But then you know more about yourself. You learn to know what makes you happy. And the Lord wants us to be happy. He doesn't want sad people or people who don't know what they are. He wants people who know what are my talents. So this is a year to grow in that. And after, it's easier to find what are the studies you want to do. What is the job where you can be happy and you can use your talents. Maybe you can...
Tell us more about it. After the life in the Emmanuel School of Mission, how did it affect your lifestyle when you decided to work for the Christian Life Community of the Philippines?
There is life after Emmanuel School of Mission. So I'm still alive. I did it the first batch and I'm still here. And I was able to, as Benoit said, I was able to see more clearly myself, know more about myself, my identity, as the son of God, being love of God, you've been telling me I'm in love with the community or with the school, but first, God is so in love with me. That's why I felt it. That's how I would like also to that's my response to His love. It's to also be in love with the people whom He wanted me to be with. Yes, and to encounter with. And it's a daily decision. It's not one time, 9-month formation, but it's a daily decision. It's something after ESM that I received. And now, I was able to see myself that I'm going further with my profession. And now I'm doing sales, marketing, communication. I'm a sales, marketing, communications specialist in Christian Life Community of the Philippines, a lay counterpart of the Jesuits. Yes, and the apostolate mainly in the Philippines is formation. So now we are having the 50 years in the Philippines, existence in the Philippines. Yes, and so we have retreats and recollections. We have mass cards and prayer cards available in SM actually, and we also have books published by the Christian Life Community of the Philippines. And
should have brought some so we can show
so
next time.
Okay, or they can comment it,
Yes.
ask, and I can post the pictures or where they can buy.
And Jeffrey,
Yeah.
can I ask you why CLC choose you for this job?
Okay,
So
so
there are 100 million Filipinos,
because they have
but
the
why you?
Yeah, I have the package, so I believe so because first I have the profession. It's really a professional work for sales and marketing. So I finished marketing. Plus I have the background with and I also worked before I did the ESM. I'm working for a direct selling company, and then so that's one thing, the profession, and then another thing is I did the formation in ESM. That's one thing, and also I have this. I also work for a an international Catholic organization, which is Emmanuel Community, through the ESM Manila.
So your ESM and Emmanuel Community became your springboard to the profession that you wanted.
Somehow, yes. Plus the professional experiences I had.
And of course, the lifestyle. It's a really big part. Loving the work and bringing your passion to work makes your work even better, times 2, times 3. And honestly, I think if you're filled with the love of Jesus, you will be filled with love of your work. He will always bring you towards it. So, going towards the end of this episode, we've actually encountered through the two of you how powerful the Emmanuel community can form people. I see the spark in your eyes, the love for mission, the love for people you encounter. So in the Emmanuel community, you help people get to know themselves. But of course, before we know ourselves, we should know Jesus. We should know God. And through the formations that you give in the School of Mission, you know how Jesus loves you deeply. And it reflects on your lifestyle, on yourself. And then through that love, you share it with the community. So we see how important Emmanuel community is to the Catholic life. And right now, I want you to invite the people to open themselves to this kind of opportunities or open their maybe pockets and financial assistance to this kind of mission. We see how important and how many people it touches. So how can you invite and encourage the people to do not be afraid to open your hearts to this kind of formation, to this kind of mission, or to this kind of community? Who wants to go first? Invite the people to open their hearts to God and the mission and the community.
Yeah, so what I would say is that all of you, and some of you I know, some of you are young, some of you maybe are adults, some of you are grandparents.
Yes.
And I think it's what really is, as a Catholic, our mission is to open our eyes and to look around us how we can take care of the people we encounter, our neighbors, and maybe the grandparents. Maybe you were touched or you discovered something about mission, about how for a youth possibility to get this formation to grow. Then talk about it to your grandchildren who might be interested. And if you are a youth and you feel in your heart that, wow, that's something, I realize that is maybe that is the thing that I've been looking for, and that so don't, if this is it, okay, call us. Try to meet some former students,
Yes.
and they will tell you that it's not impossible. There is something we didn't talk about, but maybe it's crazy to take 9 months. Okay,
Yes.
when you are expected to work immediately after your studies, when you are expected to help your siblings.
Oh, yes.
How is it possible? But still, it's possible because the Lord wants it, and if you feel
Yes.
that
If there's
this
a
is your
calling,
call, there is a
yes.
call. Okay, the Lord will find the ways. He came on me. I was a marketing manager, and then he called me and he put
Choose
me
you.
in Manila. Okay, Jeffrey, he was working already, but he has this he was something lacking.
Yes, yes.
But the Lord make it possible. So and then so it means that
When Jesus calls
it
you.
can happen. It is possible.
Yes.
It's possible. And then if the one what you are watching at the moment and you say, "Wow, this is beautiful. I am touched. How can I take part to do this mission?" Because this is the mission for the church in Asia.
Yes.
So you can help, you can support ESM Manila in this apostolate through financial donation.
Yes,
So if you are interested, you call us also.
Do you have a
And
website?
This is so we have a website
Okay.
which is www.esm.manila.com.
Okay. www.esmmanila.com.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay,
So
and there is
we
a
hope you'll
Facebook
visit.
also, and our landline is 2952 2230. 2952 2230.
Okay. So we hope you contact them soon.
And if you want to get in touch, the Holy Spirit will lead you. Yeah.
Yes.
But we need you, and also, again, it's not impossible. Maybe it's crazy, but the Lord like those who are a bit crazy.
So like other people say, you only live once, so it's not bad to do crazy stuff when you know that it's beautiful and it will be fruitful.
And for the parish priest in the Philippines, maybe you also you know some youth that would need to grow in this missionary spirit, and after they will come back in your parish, but they will come back different and fires for the church in the Philippines.
Thank
Actually,
you so
ESM
much.
is a crazy idea to go in because, as Benoit said, you have to leave your family for 9 months. You have to leave your work. It's not really in the flow of the world.
Actually, it's not normal.
It's not normal at all. So it's really a crazy idea.
You have to leave your sofa.
Yeah, your
couch
comfort.
potato,
Your comfort zone. But then, after and during and after ESM, it's also a crazy and holy experience. Crazy because you become crazy more. I became crazy more of Christ, in the love of God, to talk about Him. Yeah. So it's really, but it doesn't stop about being crazy. The crazy stuff of before is transformed into craziness to the Lord.
Yes.
That leads you to the way of holiness. And that's always what we say with what we talk about with the former batches, at least with the Filipinos. Now we are really crazy and and really in the path of holiness. Holiness, which is not that easy, but
Exactly.
it's a path.
It's an everyday struggle. It's an
Yeah,
everyday
but we
decision.
know that that's the way we would like to
Yes.
go. And maybe ESM is for you. Now you're watching and you have listened to us. Maybe you have touched with one point, or maybe you're not sure that it's for you, but you can still contact us and talk about it. You know, yeah. The Lord is good, and this is perhaps an invitation for you
Yes.
to make a decision
Join.
and join.
So thank you so much for being with us this
Thank you,
day.
Christy.
We hope you enjoyed the conversation, and we really hope that people will be inspired by your story. So we know how powerful the love of Jesus is. And we've seen that Jesus is so present in your community. So I hope more people help out and be part of that community. So this has been an episode about the Emmanuel School of Mission. Feel free to comment, suggest, and message us if you have questions about their community. And we are going to be so happy to connect you to them. So thank you very much. We will be with you again in the next episode, and we hope you join us again. So see you soon. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
This
Thank
has
you.
been Christine
you.
Pagirigan, guys. Thank you.
Thank you.
So nakuha pa yung taas na kamay.